Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we'll be taking a look at a few example solves. Alright guys, let's take a look at Scramble 1. So we'll begin by looking for the cross. Now I only solve in white, so that's a good place to start. Now I can see this orange, we have an orange edge in. Now if I take the orange center and I moved it over here to line it up. Now I'm doing this all in my head during inspection time. I know that blue would move over to my right, therefore green would be on my left and red would be at the back. So instead of lining it up and wasting a move during the cross, I just do this in my head. So I know I'd have to put in a blue piece here. So let's look for the white and blue piece. Should be here. Alright. So I'd probably move the entire thing over and insert the blue piece there. Alright. Green would have to stay here. So actually what I can do is while I'm moving this green piece in, I can put in the red piece. But instead of explaining this all by words, let's start the solve. So what I do is, green needs to go down here. So I go down. Now there's a blue pieces in the top layer. I can move it out of the way. And in fact, I can move it again, just so that these two edges are out of the way. And I can pull this green piece down. Now all that's left to do is put in the blue piece and put in the red piece at the back. Now aligning is simple. Do a D prime and it's done. Now I should have been looking for my first pair, but I wasn't. But this would be the first thing that I see. I'd look for the edge. It's back here. Alright. Now I can see that this is orange. So as soon as I bring it into the top layer, it's going to be orange. So we should have an easy pair. So I bring it up, move it over to the side and bring this piece back. That way we have this easy pair. We can move over to the green orange center, up, left, right and down. Okay, now I spotted this one. Take a look, that and this. Now I'm not sure if you guys know this trick, so just so you know, white, blue and red. Now if your white side is facing up and you have your edge in the top layer, you can take the side of the edge and align it with the center that it's supposed to go to. See how it's aligned? And now since it's blue on the top, you'd move it. This is where it's supposed to be, right? Lining up the blue and red perfectly. But instead of doing that, move it to its opposite end. And now swing the. So if we look, you can see it's perfectly lined up. I can bring this back to the top. And now I can insert this little F2L pair. I spotted this one. And if I just turn quickly, I can see this. There's the piece hiding back there. Now, instead of bringing this into the top layer and then adjusting it, I could move this piece over. Now remember, I'm only dealing with this layer. I could move this piece across, hide the corner, bring up the edge, move it over, and when I bring the corner back, we have a nice F2L pair. And instead of wasting rotations, because remember, rotations take time. It takes time to do this. So what you do is, I can't remember how, okay, that's how I was holding it. So what I do is, move it over to that side, and now from the back, insert the pair, just like that. Up, push the pair in, and bring it back down. So now we're down to the last F2L pair, and we'll be using this side. So, lucky for me, this piece has already been put in. So I'll just insert this normally, using my beginner's method. Alright, now, I only do 2 look OLL, so let's go for that. We have the cross. And now, I forgot what this is called. I think it's called a chameleon. Alright. PLL inspection. I can see it's an R perm. Oh, wait, mistake. Sorry. It's a Y. Y perm. And lines it perfectly. So we just execute the Y perm. And it's done. Let's take a look at solve number 2. Alright everybody, this is solve number 2, and let's begin with the inspection once again. Now, I'm in a good position here because orange is opposite red, so every color I see here will be inverted. So since the green center is here, I know I'll have to put in the blue edge here. Since I see the blue edge here, I know the green piece will have to go here. And since it's orange back here, I know the red piece will have to go here. So first things first, you notice it lines up perfectly. So when I'm starting, what I do is pull that across. Instantly this comes into the top layer, so you want to keep an eye on it. Line this, since green goes to the blue center now, I can move that over, and lo and behold, this lines up as well. Now we can align the cross and everything is complete. So first F2L pair is right here, these two pieces. We have white, blue and orange, and blue and orange. Once again, let's make use of this trick. So white is in the top layer facing upwards, and we have an edge in the top layer. So line the side up of the edge with the center it's supposed to go to. And since it's orange, instead of moving it to the side where it would perfectly line up, you want to move it away from the side it's supposed to line up. We can move this piece over, and when I bring it back to the top, we have a perfect pair. And now I'll use something called the sledgehammer. Right now, you could insert it like this, or you could insert it like this. Now, the reason I do that is to bring this piece to the green side. Alright, so let's insert that. And now, we have this piece, and I can keep track of this piece while solving this pair. So, I want to make use of my sides now, and without doing a rotation, as far as possible, try not to use rotations. So, spotting this pair, we'll hide this piece, move the edge over, and bring this back. Now, I know that piece went there, so all I need to do is insert this pair, and it's done. So let's see if we can bring this piece back up. There we go, and it came up with its counterpart, the orange and green edge. Now watch this. I think this is a trick I learned from Felix Zemdegs in one of his example solves. So what he said is, if the pieces are stuck together and white faces upwards, you can move the white piece so that it faces, outwards, do a U2 and bring the piece back. Bam. Now insert the pair, and finally we have this pair. So easy enough. I can only use this layer because this is the only slot available. Hide the edge, hide the corner, move the edge. I'm going to bring it back up. They line up perfectly, and I can insert that. Let's go for the cross. Now for the cross, you could use this algorithm, or you could use this one. There we go. Now we have this move. I don't know what it's called. Alright, and let's take a look at the PLL. Okay, this is an R perm. So now done. We have our third and final solve for this video. So we'll start by taking a look at the cross. Bang, I can see this piece going perfectly. So as soon as I insert this piece, I know that red would need to move across so that everything moves one place down. So green would come here, orange would go to that end, and blue would go to that end. So let's begin. Can insert this piece, and before I begin, let's just take a look quickly. We have red opposite orange, so that should go in perfectly, and I know that blue needs to go to that end. Let's begin. So we have 1, let's do an R2. You can see that piece, the green, white and green piece moves over, so we can just do an F. And since I know that green is opposite blue, I can just turn the whole top layer and then push that back down. And if you look here, lining it up. Now let's line up our cross. Done. Now what do we have? Okay, line up and solve. I spotted this pair. Once again, we'll use Felix's trick, but this time we'll do it from this angle. Before we did it from here, now we're going to do it from here. So notice the white piece is facing up and this edge is stuck to it. So all I do is I bring this white piece into the third and into the top layer, U2, and bring it back. You can see we have a perfect pair, and insert. Now I've spotted this, but I've also spotted this. Which one meets me first? That one meets me first because I see a hint of red there. So I know this should line up perfectly. This is blue here. As soon as I bring it over, boom, I can move this edge out, insert that piece, and I'm watching these two. So let's go and insert that. Alright, now I said we should try and as often as possible not use cube rotations, but in this case I only have this layer to deal with, so there's really not much I can do. Well, there's nothing I can do that would be efficient, so the best thing to do would just be to turn the cube, hide the edge, hide the corner, move the edge over, and now move it back and insert. Now we can see we're ready. The first part of the cross has been done. So for the headlights algorithm, I never learned it. So what I do is I do the soon, and that gives me an anti-zoom, just like that. Now we see a I think this was a V-perm. I don't remember the names, but I know the algorithms. And there we go. So everybody, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.